Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Good Morning with me, Misti B. Now, I want you guys to raise your hands if you have a talking mind. Yes, I'm raising my hand because I am guilty too, and you know I am going to be honest. A talking mind, it's just that thing, it's just that chatter, and sometimes it's not always positive. If that is you, this is an episode that you definitely want to tune into. I have Miss Meaghan Johnson here with me, and she is a mental wellness expert. And notice I said mental wellness. So we talk about mental health, but what is the wellness? That's over time. So if you're in need of controlling your mind, and not even controlling it, just managing it and knowing the difference between your mind and what's really you, stay tuned because you do not want to miss this. I am going to be right back with Miss Meaghan Johnson in just a second. See you then.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
That's right, the king of swing will go all night long and work it out to my own damn song. She said, don't make me big. Oh girl, I'm just gonna make you moan.
They call me Pokey, Big Pokey Bear. Oh yeah. Anytime that you need me, baby, you know that I'll be there. They call me Pokey, Mr. It Ain't Fair. Oh yeah.
Got me going crazy, 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 yeah. I lose my mind.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, everyone. So, mental health is a topic that we have been really intentional about talking about in this show. And in the studio today, I have Miss Meaghan Johnson, who is a mental wellness expert. Hello, Meaghan.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Awesome. I love it, the energy. All right, so you have to start off because I want to take this slow.
Okay.
Because I know that you are like just a wealth of knowledge. And I want to give everyone every single bit. I want people, and I'm always telling my guests, take notes. I'm not my guests, my audience. All right, so let's define what is a mental wellness expert?
Well, I could go a little bit back into why I decided to embark on this journey. It really started something that I've always been interested in, since a child actually. But I had very difficult birth experiences a few years ago. And my first child, the anesthesiologist poked me in the wrong place in my spine, which left me bedridden. And my mom had to move in with us, and she completely took over all of the baby duties and everything. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't breastfeed, and I was just laying there. And I noticed that the lights kind of started to dim. You know, I started to get those symptoms of postpartum, and felt really guilty about it. So a lot of really difficult thoughts and emotions that I experienced. And then when my second child was born, my 1-year-old started having seizures.
Oh man.
And so all of my focus, everything had to go to this 1-year-old. So then I lost the connection with the newborn, but everything was about, seizures, and that brought on a whole bunch of guilt and just sadness and difficulty. And then my third child contracted meningitis when he was 10 days old.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so the doctors told me that he is either going to die or have brain damage. And so even today, thank God, he's 2 years old now, but even today we are having him evaluated on his speech and walking to make sure there's not any residue of what happened with that. And it really made me evaluate life a lot more. My expertise originally was in how to help people communicate more effectively in their relationships.
Okay.
Whether it's parent-child relationships or coworker relationships. Really, there's ways of how you can, there's tactics and tools on how you can embrace conflict and not have to look at it as a bad thing. And that's where, that was my thing. I was really good at that. And so I couldn't quite grasp how I was able to help people come together and resolve conflict. But then my own self, I'm over here suffering and having these awful thoughts and emotions and anxiety and stress. And I'm like, what is going on with me? Like I can help all y'all out, but I'm over here drowning. So I went into some really deep research because I didn't know how to handle my mind.
Okay.
No idea how to handle it.
Okay.
And when you don't know how to handle something, it can become like an enemy.
Wow.
And that's how I view my thoughts and emotions, are like my enemy to me. Like I avoided them, I repressed them, or I completely got lost in them. And so I decided I have to really go deep in this. I really did some deep research on the mind, and now I use this as for anything that happens in my life, and it's
been working wonders for you.
Oh my gosh.
So to define mental wellness, it's literally managing the mind?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it is.
Okay.
Some people. Essentially, yeah. That is mental wellness. If somebody is experiencing depression, it's how you handle it, how you get out of it. But I take it a little bit further than what we do in America on the Western side.
Okay.
I did a lot of my research on what they do in India and in China and how they handle the mind, which is a little bit different than how they handle it over here.
Yes.
And that has worked absolute
Wow.
wonders.
And you seem so light. I would have never seriously, you don't
girl.
feel heavy. That's a lot.
It's a lot. When you have a doctor telling me that you're 10, it's like, yo, and I was 10 days out of giving birth. So your hormones my hormones are already on one. Oof. My body's healing. And so that's why I knew I had to get out of this.
Wow.
So it's just my own personal testament of the tactics and the things that I do really do work, and it saved my life.
Because you're able to do it for yourself.
Girl,
that's the big test. Because you can tell people something all day long, but to be able to do it for yourself,
yes,
that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and I think that's what I really tell my clients, or when I'm doing my workshops, it's that what I teach is more of a technology. This is not a belief system, it's not a philosophy, a technology. If you do this, it will work.
That makes sense. And my friend used to always tell me, we only use 10% of our brain? Something like that.
Yeah, I think it actually might be even less than that.
Oh, great. Okay, goodness.
Yeah.
All right,
I read it was less than 1 or something real crazy. Yeah.
So now that you've been able to do this for yourself, what is your main focus, especially in the Black community? What are you aiming to achieve?
Well, I know that a lot of us are really angry and feel very helpless and just in the environment and what you see on the news, and it's taking a very racism and what it looks like, because it's everywhere.
It is.
It's not just you're seeing it on the streets with police officers, you're seeing it at work, you see it amongst, even in our own community, how we handle each other sometimes too. And I know it is having a really dark impact on us. We get so distracted by our thoughts and our emotions, and how they control our behavior. And so we're allowing it to take over. instead of learning how to handle it and really addressing an issue for what in the most constructive and effective way, whether it's how do you handle your thoughts and emotions, but also if I'm really turned up, if I'm really mad, that's going to impact everybody around me.
Absolutely, because energy is real, and it will shift the entire room.
Real
so you have
quick.
a decision to make. Am I going to go this way or that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what are you going to do with that in the community? Are you going to what's your plan? I want to know.
I just like to share the information. Like that's why I love, talking to you and really just getting it out there. And it's something that everybody can do. Like the stuff that I teach, it's not, you don't have to even have a high school degree. The things, this stuff should have been taught fifth graders.
I was going to say, I hate, like you said earlier, it's taught in the Eastern world. But the Western world?
For like thousands of years.
Yes.
Like this is their grandma taught them to do this at like 3.
Yeah.
And we're over here struggling and we have so much success out there, and so everybody looks to America. It's like, oh, that's where happiness
The
is.
American dream.
This is money, But we, I think that they said like crazy statistics of the amount of like cocaine and alcohol consumption it happens over here. And it's like compared to other countries, we're really an unhappy country in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
But we are so prosperous. So it's finding that balance, reeling it in just a little bit, have the success, but you want to have it in here first.
Absolutely. I was just telling this is this is right on point. I was just saying that to someone just yesterday morning. Like, we have so much success externally, but for me, my definition of success has changed. It's great to have all of this, but what's going on inside of me?
Who cares?
Like,
if you can't.
Who gives a crap?
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
really,
Like,
that's how
we
I
got
feel.
nice cars, but if you are not happy,
No, yeah.
Like, what
my
kind
car
of-
gets to hang out with me. Woohoo.
right? What kind of life is that?
I know. Tell me this. Why is it still taboo in the Black community? Sorry, and I say this. Why is mental wellness? Why do you feel like it's still a taboo topic for us?
I think when you have had a lot of struggle growing up, your life becomes about surviving and not really thriving. And so my husband came from a difficult childhood. So his whole life, it's about, I want to make money. I want to take care of my family. And even if you do get out, your family's still struggling. So that, you want to go back and help. And so the kind of like a generational thing. And when your focus is on just trying to survive, you're really not thinking about, how can I just be joyous? I want to be joyous. And people are just like, I just want to give me
survive.
peace of mind. I'm just trying to, and I think that is one of the reasons. I don't even think that that's even on the radar. And I want to introduce it of like, you can be joyous while you're on that journey of making money and trying to get your hustle on and stuff. And doesn't that make the quality of your life a little bit better too?
It does. It does. One of my sayings is, I tell people all the time, like, why are we hustling backwards?
Whoops.
And I was saying it before for business. So I was for me, because I was marketing, and I can help everyone else. But it's like, why can't you help yourself? And I know I'm going to go on a tangent here, but before I go on a tangent,
I like that. Wait. I want to hear more about this hustling backwards.
I'm going to talk more about it. Let's go to a quick
I can't
break.
wait. Yes.
But that's in my saying for a minute. Okay, guys, stay tuned. Meaghan and I are going deep already, and it's only been a few minutes. We'll be right back with my definition of hustling backwards. See you in just a second.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
That's That's right. The king of swing will go all night long. Work it out to my own damn song. She said, don't make me beg. Oh, girl, I'm just gonna make him home.
They call me Pokey, Big Pokey Bear. Oh, yeah. Anytime that you need me, baby, you know that I'll be there. They call me Pokey, Mr. It Ain't Fair. Oh, yeah.
Got me going crazy, 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 yeah. I lose my mind.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. So get your pen and paper because Meaghan wants to know my definition of hustling backwards. So when I initially came up with it, for me, it was, again, back to the American dream. I have to always be on the go, go, go. I have to always be doing. And how you said you were able to help everyone else, but you were still having your own issues. For me, it was business. I'm like, how am I making everybody else's business thrive, but mine was absolutely doing nothing? And it's because I was always on the go and I wasn't taking time for me. So as I listen to you talk about mental wellness, I think the same thing, constantly helping other people. But again, what is the thing? You know, filling your own cup first, all of that greatness, right? And we had a therapist recently that talked about not just filling somebody up from your cup, make sure your saucer, you have your teacup.
Whoops.
She said that, right? That was deep. So you can hustle backwards in multiple ways, not just business, personally. Like, what are you doing? Are you thriving on the inside? So anyway, that was like the little nugget I just took.
I love that.
From you. So, okay, now you talk about, now I want you to walk me through this. I want you to walk the audience through this. So you talk about the talking mind and how to manage it.
Ooh.
I need my cup.
Girl.
Take me there. Let's go.
Yes, the things that our mind can say to us.
Break it down. Come on, I'm ready.
It can be really, really painful. And the thing that's so interesting, the mind, you could just be sitting here and then it just starts going. It really happens the most, I feel like, when you're about to go to bed. And then you stay up all night and you're just, you go down this like tailspin. And then wherever your mind is, your emotions will soon follow. So then you start to get little, whatever, teary-eyed or whatever emotions you start to feel. But what I teach my clients is that the reason why we suffer so much is because we identify with our minds. We identify with our thoughts and emotions, meaning we actually believe that our thoughts and emotions
That's us.
are us.
And it's not.
It is not us, not even kind of us. Okay? The way that your thoughts and emotions, okay, well, actually, let me break it down a little bit. I'm just gonna give a little bit of the science.
Give it to me.
The science behind it, and then I'll give the strategy. Ever since the day you were born, you have like a court reporter in your mind. From the moment you were born up until today, every experience that you have ever had has been recorded. And those experiences, you've attached meanings to those experiences. Let's say you grew up in an environment where your parents fought a lot about money. Okay? You will attach a meaning about money. Maybe I need money to be happy, or maybe money destroys relationships. That meaning will create a belief system within you. All of your thoughts and emotions, every single one of them, are byproducts of our belief systems. So essentially, your past, the meaning that you gave to all of your past experiences, that is why you think and feel the way that you do. And so what I try to teach is how to separate yourself from those thoughts and emotions, so you're no longer allowing your past dictate
Okay.
your future. And you really are allowing it. Like there's a Harvard study that says over 90% of our actions, of our decisions, and the choices that we make in our life are based on how we feel. And so essentially, your past is literally dictating your life. That's why you feel like there's like a cycle in your life, why you keep dating the same type of men, or you still have the same struggles with your body or with certain relationships. And so what I want people to understand, or to start doing, is to create that separation. It's kind of like when COVID happened, one of the mandated things was the 6-foot rule. And they did that because the more space that you had between yourself and others, the healthier you will be. That's the same with your mind. The more space that you can have between yourself, who you really are, and your thoughts and emotions, the healthier you will be. I want people to discover their power, because it's there.
It's there.
We just have a lot of just stuff. So I'm trying to like just take off the jackets a little bit. I give people these 2 scenarios. Scenario number 1, you're walking down the street, you're by yourself, a man approaches you, puts a gun to your head and says, "Give me your money or I will kill you." Or you have scenario number 2. You're walking down the street, somebody is across the street, another woman walking in the same direction. A man approaches her, puts a gun to her head and says, "I will kill you if you don't give me all of your money." Which scenario gives you more power? Being the victim of a robbery or a witness to a robbery?
Okay.
Which one gives you more power?
I have no idea.
Well, if you're a witness,
yeah.
So it's like if you're a victim, you don't have any.
Right.
But if you're witnessing a robbery, you actually have power in that situation.
Okay.
Right now, people's thoughts and emotions, they're victim to it. And so what I'm trying to teach them is to how to become.
To witness it.
What's that?
To witness their emotions.
To witness it. And you witness it by just becoming aware. Just sit back and watch how your mind creates its own melodrama.
It does.
How it can take you from just a nice whatever time you're having.
So
and
a
then
full out
something
play, a
happens.
full
Just-
drama.
Yes. And just sit back. Just watch it. You know, become a bystander of your thoughts and emotions. You're aware that an event is happening in here, but you're just sitting back. And
So
you're
have you
watching
ever
it.
read Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now?
I did. Oh gosh, it's been, girl, I couldn't quote a darn thing in that thing. I was like 20 years old, but I did.
Okay, because as I listen to you, what I'm thinking about is the book when he says, thinking has become a disease.
Girl.
And that's the only thing I remember from the book, but it stuck with me because it's so true. Thinking, and then when you think about disease, it's dis-ease. Okay, anyway.
Well,
that's
and
just me.
speaking of that, this is literally the reason why you start forming diseases like within you.
Exactly.
It's because of
Your
this
thoughts.
negative thoughts and stuff.
Because you start to believe them.
Yes, and this is why you do believe them. But this is why I also say that your negative thoughts and these difficult emotions, they're not your enemy. They're actually just giving you a message that the mind needs healing. You know, it's the same reason why,
you hurt your toe. Your toe is hurting because you need to heal it.
You need to heal it.
That's
It's
it.
time to pay attention to it. You know, we've normalized mental illness so much because we all experience it, but that actually is not the way that we
It's not
have
normal.
to experience
Right.
life. You know, it doesn't have to be stigmatized. It doesn't have to be normalized. It's just, what kind of life do you want to live?
Okay, let's tap into this really quickly. Emotional intelligence versus mental wellness. What's the difference?
Well, I don't really think that emotional intelligence should be put together. I think it is an oxymoron in some type of way. Like I had said just a little bit before, all of your thoughts and emotions, it's kind of just like a broken record of your past. And when you really understand that, if you can really meditate and understand that that's what your mind is. So when you do have those thoughts and emotions, it does make it a little bit easier to separate yourself. It's just telling you, it's just giving you little warning signs. You know, if you're able to create that separation, then you can start analyzing these thoughts and emotions a little bit deeper and say, okay, I clearly need to work on this, you know, but it's when you're really identified with them, you get so lost.
I like that.
And so you can't. But when you can separate, that's why I encourage people to write in their journal, because if they write down the thoughts that they're having and then they read them, it's a lot easier to see that's not me. I know that's not me, but I clearly have an issue with this thing. So let's say it's body image issues. I tell people lousy questions give lousy answers. So if you sit there and ask, it's like, why am I fat? Your brain is on autopilot. Like, it's always just looking for instructions and like how to think. That's why I say it's not intelligent. It's literally just a broken record of your past. But if you ask mean questions to your brain, you're going to get mean answers. If you ask, why am I still single? It's going to say, nobody want to date you.
It's exactly what it's going to say.
Nobody likes you. It's so we have to start being kinder to ourselves, so our mind gets checked, like, oh, is this what we're doing? Okay.
You're going to start being nice to me too, mind. We have to wrap up, Meaghan. This was so quick. Look, this was so quick. Look, I want to sit here, but I want you to tell everybody, how can they find you? If they want to take any of your workshops, any of your courses, how can they find you?
Yes, you can go to my website, Meaghan, Meaghan, different spelling, Johnson.com. You can just reach out to me in my contact, and I'll get back to you.
Thank you so much for coming in and enlightening us. Yes. I greatly appreciate it. Guys, I'm going to be right back right after this break.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
That's right, the king of swing will go all night long, work it out to my own damn song. She said, don't make me beg, oh girl, I'm just gonna make you moan.
They call me Pokey, Big Pokey Bear, oh yeah. Anytime that you need me, baby, you know that I'll be there. They call me Pokey, Mr. It Ain't Fair, oh yeah.
Got me going crazy, 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 yeah. I lose my mind.
I'm Jonathan Cox with the Cox Radio Law Firm. For years, we have represented people who have been hurt or injured all over the country, but Houston is home. We fight for those who have been hurt or injured, however it may happen. So if you've been injured in a car accident, big truck accident, or even while at work, call our injury hotline at 1-800-HURT-NOW or log in to BigCityAccidents.com and let us fight for you.
BigCityAccidents.com. We fight for your right to get back your life.
Welcome back, everyone. I am always encouraging you guys to take notes. And if you did not take notes, you better rewind this episode, okay? Because I'm going to come for you, because we all learned something new. And we're definitely going to bring her back, because we just dipped our toe into that. So listen, I love talking about dreaming out loud and accomplishing our dreams. That's something I'm also passionate about. However, let's be very clear. How many people have everything, right? The beautiful home, the beautiful family, the beautiful cars, and the 6-figure, 7-figure job? Are you really, really, really happy on the inside? I was telling a good friend of mine just a couple days ago, something that I heard in Italy. And the guy simply said, Americans, you guys know pleasure, but you don't know pleasure. You just know how to keep going, 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 and going. It's time for us to define pleasure. What does pleasure look like for you? So that's your homework assignment. I am leaving you with that, and I want to hear about it, okay? So as always, make sure that you're chatting with us on Facebook and on Instagram. I want to hear what you do for pleasure. A little secret, I love to cut up fresh vegetables when I'm cooking. That brings me so much joy. Anyway, I look forward to talking to you guys soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.